Laura here. Nice of you to join me. Welcome to my channel. It's lovely to have you here with me today. We are doing another part in our large folio album tutorials that I've been doing recently on my channel. And today we're going to be doing the policy envelopes. They are going to be like this. So you can either do 2 small ones or you can do 1 big one that will fit inside your album into the attached box that's on the back. So they fit in like so. So you can fit 2 in or you can have 1 large one. Again, the choice is up to you. We're also going to be doing our wraparound concertina type pull out that I've just used a belly band to go over the top, and then that sits in there like so. So you can fit a few more bits in here, but again that's up to you on how you want to do that. But we're going to be doing the 2 smaller ones today for our album. So the measurements that you will need are 9 inches by 5.5, and you need to cut out 2 of those. So let's cut them out first. So 9. Keep these pieces because you will need those. So 9 by 5.5. So I'm gonna take that bit off because it's a bit by 5.5, like so. So taking one of them, you now need to score at 3.5. Fold that over and then score at 3 3/4, like so, and then fold that over like that. This is going to become your glue tab. Like so. Now we're going to do a top and a bottom. So the top and the bottom is going to measure, so you can use one of your offcuts here. So is going to measure 3 5/8, and the top is going to measure again 3 5/8. So do the 3 5/8 like so, and then the bottom is by 1.5, like so, and then the top is 2.5. Like so. So you need to then put a 1/2 inch score on one of the long sides, like that, and then a 1/2 inch on the bottom as well, like so. Okay, now I used the smaller round on those, but I'm going to use the bigger one, the 1/2 inch corner rounder on these, just to give a deeper edge on the corners. So once we've done that, we need to put our notch out. So that would be 1 7/8 would be my center. So using your, I don't know where, I did have a bigger envelope puncher, but I don't know what I've done with it. So 1 7/8 is the measurement. So it's from, you need it from this scored edge here. So the scored edge goes onto the measurement like that. Okay, and then it fits round like so. So I'm just going to crease these score lines just a little bit more. Okay, and you can go ahead and round these if you want to as well, but you're not really going to see these because these are going to be covered with your pattern paper. But if you wanted to keep that the plain with you, so that you can see the cardstock, then you could just round the corners, and it just gives that finished look to your piece. Okay, so we're going to put double-sided tape along the edge of the longer flap, so it goes along that edge like so. You just cut that bit off. Don't stick it down just yet, and along the edge of the one that you've just rounded the corners, because that's going to go on the outside there. Bringing in your top and bottom flaps, using your Scor-Tape, you're going to put it onto the mountain side fold of your glue tab like that, and then this one like so. Burnish that down. Okay, right, before you stick it together, you just want to double check to make sure that it all fits, and it does. So let's stick these down. So take that side off, and take that side off, and make sure you've got no air bubbles in your cardstock, and then just burnish those down like so. Then we can put the top bit on. So take the double-sided tape off, fit it into the hole, and then just center it, and then crimp it shut, and then that will go onto the back. Okay, so do the same with this one. Slot it into your tube and get it nice and centered, and then stick down. This one, if you wanted to, you could actually stick the bottom bit together, but I'm just going to leave that open. I think it's up to you. So that then is the basis of our policy holder. Now we need to then do our little round circles and put those on. So I'm going to create a little template, just out using some of the old cardstock that we've got. So this would be 3 5/8 by, I think that would be 2 by 2. So that is the template for that. So that is for that one. And then the bottom would be the same. It would be 3 5/8, but this one will be by 1. So three and 5/8 by 1 inch. Okay. And then round these corners. And then that's your bottom template. Okay, so on this, just work out where your center is, and then we can then come down. So it's 2, so put this at 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom. And this one you will need to come up just 1/2 inch. So that would be the 1/2 inch mark there. So you can just use a pokey tool just to poke through. You can find what I've done with mine. There it is. So just poke that through. So that's 1 and 2. Okay, then you can just put these up against your policy holder, and then just mark your hole through, and do the same with the one at the bottom, and then just push it through, and then that's your holes. And then it saves you having to, so your next one you've already got those templates there. We've done one, now you need to make the other one, and that's then those. So if you want to make a few more, go ahead and make some more, so you can make as many as you like of these. So now we need to get our pattern paper on there now. So for your pattern paper, and so that goes on there like so. Then I need to just find my center, so I'm going to just notch that down. So I've just made a little mark, I've just folded it slightly, and then I'm just going to get my measurement. So that is 1 and 3/4. So 1 and 3/4. And that should give me, yeah, there we go. It's slightly off, but that'll do for me. So we can stick this down. Like so. So that's one bit done. Now we need to just find our bits for this. So this one will be 1 7/8 by 3 1/2, and then this one will be 3 1/2 by 7/8. So you've got 2 of those to do, so you've got the top and the bottom inside. But if we just stick the top ones on for the minute, then we will do the underneath side at a bit later. So the top was 3 1/2. So that's one. Now we need to just do this one here. Let's see if I can find that bit. We'll go. Now you can either have it different or you can have it matching. It's really up to you. That's a nice piece there. So it'll be 7/8 by 3.5, and round them corners. And I'm going to do that side like so. So that is that done. So what we need to do now is just re-punch the hole. So get in your brads, and you need your hole punches, not your circle punches. So this is my big one. So my big one I'm going to cut out of black. So you need to cut 6. And so 6. Okay. So 6 of the black, and you're going to put 3 in. They're going to be in groups of 3. Okay, so that's 1. Like so, and then cut out your pattern paper. Now you can maybe do it where you've got a little image. I'm just going to use this here. That's 1, 2, and I quite like that, what has come out, quite nice. So I'm going to use that side. Then that goes onto the top of your black circles, and then the same with this one. Goes onto the other one, wherever that's disappeared to. There we are. Goes on there. And then I'm just going to put them to one side to dry. So you can go ahead and cut out your other ones as well. That way they can be drying while you're making your other policy holder. That's 3. There we go. And then two of these. 1, 2. Oh. 1, 2. So that then they can be drying. Okay, I've now made up my other policy envelope. Now I don't know what I've done. There we go. So there's my other one. So that's the 2 made up. Now I haven't done anything on the back because I do quite like this effect on the back where you've got the flap over. So I've kind of left that. So these should now have been have had a time to dry. So if you've got a little foam mat, you know, the ones that you use for flowers, to when you're forming flowers, use that as your base so that you can poke your, because you're going to need to put some holes in. Now you can either do it with a pokey tool, or you can do it with the small I think this is the 1/8 inch hole punch on your crocodile. That also works. So let's do that, and then that creates your hole. So I'm just gauging it for being in the middle. I'm just ifing it. So it's another one, and then one more. There we go. So that's then the 4 holes put in. So your brads, which are here. So you'll need 4. But before you put those on, I would put some double-sided tape just over these holes on the back, so that the legs of your brads can stick to. There we go. Do this side as well. And this side. Okay, so remember not to push them down, otherwise they'll stick, and you don't want them to stick to. Okay, then push them down, push the brad legs onto that double-sided tape, and I would just put the backing over that just for the moment, just until we've added them both on, just like so, and then push the brad legs onto that. Just put that over the top. I didn't poke these holes through. So that's one done. So you can go ahead and do the 2. But what we'll do now is we'll put the wax cord on. So I'm going to tie it round here. So you do 2, I do 2 knots, so you can do a few more if you want to, just so that it grabs, like so. Cut off that excess part there, because we don't need that. like so, and then we're going to wrap it round once, twice, 3 times, and then we're going to have it come across at the top. Okay, right, I'm really sorry about this, but we seem to have had a power cut, so I'm trying to film this in not so brilliant light, but hopefully it will be on very soon. So I'm just looking in my little box of tassels for some white ones, which I've got. Now you can also colour these using paints as well. Okay, so all you do with this is just attach it and just do some little knots. There we go. Like so. And snip that end bit off. And then that's our one of our policy holders finished. So let's finish this one. So we just need to do the same thing. I'm just going to find some of the offcuts. Okay, so then that's the second one done. Okay, bring in your album. Okay, open it up. Like so. And these then can go inside like so, and then you can upside down, so they go in there like that. Then you can put a few more of those on as well if you want to. Okay, let's do our little concertina book now here. So we can go ahead and get that together. So you'll need your black cardstock, and you'll need to, I'm going to cut 2 at the same time. So we are going to cut this at 6 3/8 by 4 1/8. So that's 2 by 4 1/8 again. That's 3, that's 4, and then you need one more because you'll need to cut for the back. You'll need it at 5 7/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, put that one over there because that's going to go on the back. Oh, you still need your trimmer. So we're going to first of all just score a 1/2 inch on 1 and then on 2, like so. And we're going to put them so that the score edge to score, so score edge to straight edge is what we're going to do. So I'll move that out of the way for a moment. So they're going to go like that. So put your Scor-Tape on your glue tab, like so. Take your backing off. Okay, so you won't be able to see it, so I'm just going to fold that over. So I folded the tab over, this glue tab over, and I'm going to, this is going to then fit onto that page. So what I'm doing is I'm just buttoning it up to that scored edge underneath, and you will be able to feel a little bit of pressure. If you don't, then you've gone too far underneath. Okay, so that's one side. The next one you're going to put on, so you'll need to score one edge at 1/2 inch, and then that scored edge is going to go up against the non-scored edge. Okay, so that's that in there. Take that off. Okay. I'm just going to fold that bit over and get my non-scored edge, and then that's going to just butt up underneath, and then very carefully fold that over so it touches. Now this, we've got one more to do as a scored edge on one side. So pull that over, put your double-sided tape on, right, again line up your, there we go, like so. Okay, then this last scored edge, this is where you're now going to put your back piece that we had already cut out, because it's not as wide because we haven't allowed for them scored edge, those scored glue tab edges. So take that off. So this is your back page or your front page, whichever you want to do. Line up your edges and then just fold that down, and then that then is your concertina book done. So what I did with mine is I just had some white cardstock, so you'll need 2, 4, 6. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you'll need 10 pages or 10 white card. So these are going to measure 4 by 5 3/4, and you'll need 10 of those. So I'm just going to get my white card. Now this white card is a 210, I think, GSM, so it's a nice lightweight card. I do hope you are being able to see this. It's like crafting by candlelight. So 5 3/4. So I might be able to do it this way. What have we got there? So 5 3/4. Oh, I've lost it. Where's my trimmer thing gone? Oh, that's odd. Oh, there it is. It fell off. It's right over here. So 5 3/4. and then 5 3/4 again. Hopefully we've got enough, like so, and then it's by 4. So by 4 and by 4 again. And then by 4, so that's 6, 8. I need 2 more, so we'll just use this. So 5 3/4. It's this way. 5 3/4 by 4 and by 4. Okay. Now I rounded the edges. Now on these I had the 1/2 inch round, but you can go smaller if you prefer. So let's go with the smaller one, seeing as I did those. So this is now the 1/4 inch, and I even did both corners. Okay, then just these edges, these ones here didn't get done, and those did though. So you need to then round all your corners on your white sheets. I'm doing a couple at a time. To make it quicker. Oh, I missed a couple there. Okay, so once you've got them done, you can then go ahead and either put them on onto your page. You could put in some photo corners, and then you could slot your pictures in if you wanted to. Let me see if I can find my photo corners. Right, I've got round ones or decorative ones or straight ones. Let's go with the decorative, because let's have a look. So all you need to do is push that in, like so, and then these will just stick onto your card, but don't stick them all the way down. You just need to stick the edges, not the corners. Hopefully I can get this glue out. There we go. So put that on there. And if you wanted to leave one where it wasn't, so maybe the one underneath, you just have that as a plain one, and then that way you can have some spots for journaling. And then this one here, you could put your photo slots in. Oh, and I picked up a different one. Never mind. So we could have this one as a plain. Right, I do hope my electricity comes on soon, otherwise I'm not going to be able to get any dinner. So that's in there. So this one then, it needs to be a photo slot. So like so. And then this one is a plain. And then a photo slot. Can go on this side. And then a plain one on this side. Like so. So then that is your Concertina booklet finished. Okay, and then we start again with opening it out. So you can then decorate it with some offcuts that you may have. That one I think just needs a bit of a more rounded. So let's find some decorative pieces. So that's 4. Oh, it's fell off again. Oh. So it will be 4. And then that can go, so you can either have it so that it comes near the edge, or you can have it, I think I'm going to have it so it comes over by the edge, like so. You can also, I'm going to round all corners actually. Get it up the right way, and then that can go on like so. So that's 1, and hopefully that's a 4. That's a 4 as well. So I'm going to put this one on this side. So again, I'm going to round all the corners. Put that so it goes up to it, but I've put it up upside down. There we are. So the next one, again, this is just all the offcuts that I've got. I'm just using them up. And around these edges. like so. And then we'll start on the inside bits. And I'm going to keep this one as a right, so you've got straight edges, straight corners, and I'm going to put that one just up, there we go, like that. And then this one is full. And then I can put this one on this side, and I'm going to put it there. So again, using your corner punch. Okay, we're going to do our belly band now. Now I've done one already, but I only made it a 1/4 inch deep, and I found it was a bit tight, because we want to have room to expand if we're going to put photos and things in. So I've made another one, and I've given it a 3/8 of an inch gap. So it gives you room to move. So the measurements for this is going to be, so you need to just have your paper so that it's landscape across. So you've got the longest measurement along the top of your scoreboard, and we're going to cut that at 2. Okay, turn it round, and we're going to do our first score line at 3 5/8, and then our second one at 4. Okay, like so. Then we're going to come down, and we're going to do our we're going to line it up with 1/8 and 1/8 score, and then you're going to score at 8 1/2. Okay, and then that should give you your 3/8 of an inch gap. Okay. Now I did watch a tutorial from Maggie from Cool Cat Crafts, and she was demonstrating the double slider dies, the brand new dies that have come out. Amazing, by the way. I have got them, but I haven't actually had a chance to use them yet, but I am going to. But she did a technique in that video where she used her ruler. If you've got 2 score lines that are near each other, it can be a bit tricky to get them scored correctly and creased. So she used her ruler. So all she did was bring that score line up, and then use the side of the ruler as her guide, and it was so easy. I really don't know how I've not thought of this sooner, or found this out sooner, because that just makes doing those score lines a dream. So just then all you just need to do is just burnish those little bits down, and burnish that down, and then burnish that down. Now if you find that this is too long at the back, you can cut that down a little bit smaller. I think I may do, although you're not going to see it, I'm just going to cut it down a 1/2 inch, and maybe another half, so maybe 1 inch. I'll cut it down 1 inch. Okay, there we go. And then you can cut the one underneath down 1 inch as well, like so. And once you've done that, place your book in between, and we're going to put the double-sided tape on now. Now I put tape on both parts of the band, so one will go on the top and then this one will be underneath, and then when they go across they're going to fit together, so you get double the stick. So taking that off there, taking that off there, and we're just going to very gently put them together like so. There we are. Now don't worry too much if you haven't got them lined up correctly, because this is going to be covered anyway, this part here. But as you can see, we can get them on and off, and it's got room in there to grow. So coming on now to the focal point, and I'm just going to use one of these pictures that come out of the 12 by out of the 8 by 8. You've got the ones with the face, but I think I'm going to go with the flowers. I quite like this one actually. Oh, sorry about that. I've got a dog who had an itch. So just cut them down to size, like so. And I'm just trimming these back like so. I'm going to measure this now. Now your measurements may be different. It depends on how much of the white you've cut away. But I'm going to have, my measurement's going to be 4 by 4. So I'm just going to just trim off a tiny slither. Not even worth taking off, I don't think. But it was just to give me edge, so that because it was just needed that little tiny bit taken off. So this is going to be by 4 by 4. And then that's going to fit on there just nicely. Now I think that may need just, I think where I've put it in my trimmer and where it's been that little bit too shallow, it's just left like a fuzz. So that's better. And that tiny bit there, I'm not happy with that. There we go. So getting your glue. It's coming eventually. There we go. And then we can stick this onto our black card to give us a nice mat. Okay, so taking your belly band off now. No, actually leave it on. I think that's better. We can then go ahead and stick this on in place. So I would put double-sided tape down the edges and then glue in between. 1, 2, and then glue in between. And that will help with the wiggle. The wiggle, 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 wiggle. Okay, and get it so that it's near enough in centre. Give it a good burnish down, and then that is that bit finished. Now you can just then paper piece the back, so cover the back. So you will need a piece that is 4 inches by 1 7/8, 4 by 1 7/8, and then the sides 1/4 by 1 7/8. There we are. So that's on that side. So it's a little bit fiddly, but there we go. And then 1/4. Goes on there. And then 4 by 1 7/8. So that would fit. So 1 7/8 by 4. So 1 7/8 by 4. That goes on there like that. Okay, and then you can put this then over your band, and then that then is that part finished. So let's bring in our book, open it up, and we're working in this part here, and these can go in here. Now I have got an extra one of these that I've done, but I've not finished it yet, and I don't know what I've now done with it. There it is. So I could put another set in there if I wanted to. So you could put, so another 2 would fit in there just perfectly if you wanted, or you could do like I said, you could do one big one in there. So again, that is entirely up to you. So we can close that up, and then we know that it all fits, which it does. That and that. So that is that little bit done. So all we need now to do is finish up our labels and our little bags that we've got. While I've got the folio open, let's put some booklets into the little policy holders on the back of the gatefold doors. I think that would be a nicer idea than just putting some tags in. You need to cut it at 10 by 7. Bring this in. So 10 by 7. And then we need to score this at 3.5. fold that over, and then that's the start then of your little booklet that goes in there. You could also have it where it like a gatefold type thing if you wanted. That might be quite nice as well, having it as a gatefold. But I've done that, so I'm going to keep it at that, but I'm going to round my corners like so. On there, so like so. You could even put some string around it as well, and then that way it also adds a bit more embellishment to your pieces, sort of like that, and then that can go in like, but I maybe put it that way. So then this goes over like so. So inside these I would just put plain card. I'm going to take that off for the moment actually. So I would just put some plain white cardstock, and that way you can put your pictures, or you can have this as a little journal book, so whatever you wanted in there. Well, I'm going to leave it there for this today. We've done quite a bit of finishing up, so we've actually finished our album now. The only thing we've got left to do is just to add our photographs, and we've got one last thing to do, which would be to make our put our little tags in, but they will be coming up in the next video, and then I'll show you also how we can make them if you can't get hold of these little packets like I did. And we've got to decorate all our tags and bits and bobs like that. So thanks again for sticking with me and watching these tutorials. I really hope that you are enjoying them as much as I am enjoying making them. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you're on a PC or laptop, down here in this corner on my logo, move your mouse over that and a little subscribe button will come up. Just click on that and you're subscribed. It's as easy as that. If you're on mobile devices or a tablet, if you just go up to where the comments are, just up there, if you just click on the comments, the little subscribe button will come, will ping up then, so you can then subscribe that way. If you subscribe, please don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you will be pinged whenever I upload new content, so you will be one of the first to see my videos. Please check out my Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. I have TikTok now, so check all those out there. I will put the links in the description box down below as always for you to check them out. As well, there are some affiliated links in the box as well. Not all of them are affiliated, and it doesn't cost you anything else, any more than what it would do if you would normally to buy them. It just means that because I've used the products and then linked them, I get a few pennies. So please don't forget to go shopping if you would like to. So thanks again, take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.